In the world of movie making, there's a story about James Cameron, the famous director, and Spider-Man. Ever wonder why he didn't end up making the Spider-Man movie? As we explore the reasons behind Cameron's departure from the iconic superhero project, we uncover a narrative woven with legal entanglements, studio shifts, and a divergence in creative visions. Join us on a journey into the uncharted territories of the Spider-Man cinematic universe. James Cameron, the director of such celebrated films as Titanic, The Terminator, Aliens, and Avatar, has revealed that the Spider-Man movie he once failed to make was the greatest film I never made. In a roundtable discussion with James Cameron about his upcoming book, Tech Noir, The Art of James Cameron, he discussed about the unmade Spider-Man movie that would have been one of the iconic pieces of arts Cameron showed us, delivered. In Tech Noir, which contains hundreds of pieces of artwork from Cameron himself throughout his entire life, alongside personal commentary, he included his concept art for this Spider-Man film. James Cameron's Spider-Man begins with another unmade comic book movie. Originally, Cameron's sights in the world of superhero cinema were set on the X-Men, with this man set to produce a big screen take on the characters that would be directed by Catherine Bigelow. At a lunch where the key creative minds behind this prospective movie got to meet with the one and only Stan Lee, though the topic of conversation drifted away from mutants to web crawlers. Apparently, Lee gauged Cameron's interest in handling a movie version of Spider-Man, and that's all it took to get the man behind Aliens hooked. James Cameron's Spider-Man movie faced a series of challenges that ultimately led to its cancellation. In the beginning, there was a right issue when Marvel Comics, Carolco Pictures, the original studio behind the project, and Sony Pictures were embroiled in legal disputes over the film rights to Spider-Man. And these rights issues and legal battles created uncertainty and delays in the production process. By that time, Carolco Pictures, facing financial difficulties, underwent changes in ownership and management. The financial instability of the studio contributed to the failure of the Spider-Man project. The other issue was its script. James Cameron, known for his darker and more adult-oriented approach to storytelling, had completed a script for the Spider-Man movie. The script reportedly introduced organic web shooters for Spider-Man, deviating from the traditional mechanical web shooters. After Carolco went bankrupt, Sony Pictures stepped in to acquire the film rights of Spider-Man. With the change in studio ownership, the project underwent a shift in direction. Then, Sony Pictures opted for a fresh creative direction for Spider-Man, deviating from James Cameron's vision. The studio wanted to explore a different approach to the character, leading to the abandonment of Cameron's script and concept. In 2002, instead of pursuing James Cameron's version, Sony Pictures hired director Sam Raimi to helm a new Spider-Man film. Sony Pictures decided to hire Sam Raimi primarily due to the circumstances surrounding the production, changes in studio direction, and the vision they had for the character. The studio had its own vision for how to bring the iconic superhero to the big screen. The film was not only a critical success, but also a massive box office hit, solidifying Raimi's place as the director who successfully brought Spider-Man to a new generation of audiences. James Cameron's script for Spider-Man reportedly had a darker and more adult-oriented tone, including the introduction of organic web shooters for the character. His proposed Spider-Man pitch would have grounded the hero in reality, forcing Peter to deal with problems like Spidey's torn suit and the financial toll of being a hero. Superheroes in general always came off as kind of fanciful to me, and I wanted to do something that would have been more in the vein of Terminator and Aliens, that you buy into the reality right away. So you're in a real world. You're not in some mythical Gotham City, or Superman and the Daily Planet and all that sort of thing, where it always felt very kind of metaphorical and fairy tale-like. I wanted it to be, it's New York, it's now. Additionally, Cameron's vision for Spider-Man would have emphasized Peter's high school years, which he saw as a unique quality that no other blockbuster hero had offered at that point in time. He goes by Spider-Man, but he's not Spider-Man. He's Spider-Kid. He's Spider-High School Kid. He's kind of geeky and nobody notices him, and he's socially unpopular and all that stuff. This decision would have impacted the movie's themes, with Cameron citing Peter's powers as an elaborate metaphor for puberty. It was also, in my mind, a metaphor for puberty and all the changes to your body, your anxieties about society, about society's expectations, your relationships with your gender of choice that you're attracted to, all those things. Among Cameron's further modern-day revelations about the film have been that he planned to have the cast anchored by Leonardo DiCaprio and Arnold Schwarzenegger, with the former actor portraying Peter Parker/Spider-Man. The concept of these two working under Cameron's watch would have been fascinating. Apparently, this iteration of Spider-Man would be the line between what is considered PG-13 and R-rated content, with a heavy use of profanity, a Peter Parker/Mary Jane sex scene on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, and even a nocturnal emission scene where Peter wakes up covered in his own webbing one morning. In the end, James Cameron's Spider-Man dream remained unfulfilled, caught in the complexities of Hollywood. While he didn't swing into action with the web slinger, Cameron's ability to create blockbuster hits like Titanic and Avatar showcases his unparalleled talent in crafting monumental movies. The Spider-Man web might have slipped through his fingers, but Cameron's legacy as a master storyteller and director continues to weave its own cinematic marvels.